I will call to order this joint workshop. Whatever today is, August 4th, 2026, at exactly 4 p.m. Madam Clerk, how about a roll call?
Thank you, Mayor. City of Westlake City Council roll call. Councilman Werner.
Here.
Councilman Gleason.
Here.
Councilwoman Leonard. Vice Mayor Langowski. Mayor O'Connor.
I am present.
We have a quorum. Seminole Improvement District Board of Supervisors. Secretary Jeevers. Vice President Beard.
Here.
President Massey.
Here, right.
Excellent. Let us do the pledge.
United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ted. Let's see, this has us doing public comments first. Is that the way we want to rock and roll here?
It's on the agenda, but it's up to you, Mayor.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do them again at the end, but let's see if we have any comment cards.
You have no public comment cards.
Anybody want to chat before we get started on this workshop? There will be another opportunity. No? Okay, see no public comments. Let's open up. I guess we're starting with new business. Find it. Proposed holiday schedules. City manager.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Mr. President, all other appointed elected officials, Howard Brown, City Manager for the record. I'm joined here by DJ Duty, our attorney, and Ms. Lynn Latner, District Manager with the Seminole Improvement District. We've been conferring on this particular item. She took it upon herself, and I appreciate it, preparing the item, and I'd like for her to just walk us through this particular item, if you don't mind.
Certainly. Good afternoon. Manager Brown and I have talked about making sure that there's some coordination as Sid relocates to the new building so that the public is not confused with what holidays. I provided you a spreadsheet that shows the holidays that are federal holidays for FY27, holidays that Infomark has as paid holidays, because as you know, city and city staff both work for Infomark. The days that Sid is traditionally closed, as well as days that the city of Westlake is traditionally closed, and any variations there are for the proposed 2027. For the CID, what we're proposing is potentially closing our administrative building to the public at noon on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and Good Friday. Those are the only changes from the traditional, where we're closed on Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Memorial, Independence, Labor Day. The city manager had mentioned adding some additional, so I'll let him cover those. Obviously, these would be appointed and approved by the individual boards if this is the schedules that are adopted. But just so that there's some consistency between the two organizations when they're no longer in the same building, so the public's not trying to figure out who's open, who's not open.
Okay.
Yes.
City manager.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, so obviously, we were able to speak about these holidays. The city, we would recommend that we're closed every day that the bank is closed, and there's a business reason for that. And also, I believe it was Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, that the city, that we continue that, and that this Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day, we'd like to be granted that holiday as well. I know that Sid doesn't currently do that, but that's my recommendation, that we would, all on the back sheet, you'll see in the last column, all of the days that we are recommending that we observe.
So how does this reconcile with last year?
The difference is would be President's Day and Columbus Indigenous Peoples Day and
Juneteenth.
and Juneteenth.
Talk about it.
Just keep saying. Yeah, my question is, on those days that were closed on those holidays, Mr. City Manager, you mentioned Columbus Day, Veterans Day, and Juneteenth. And Infomark does not recognize that as a holiday, those as holidays.
Well, we are just,
Paying for Infomark services?
well, we would have to.
Not hourly.
We would have to.
Contract.
It's a contract. We would. We pay.
Make a comment.
Yeah, please.
So I'm a federal employee, so we get these days off every day, every year. And the state employees get this as well. Infomark, I believe, is based in Texas, so they don't follow some of the same things that the state of Florida does. But this is what we observe with the federal government. So I believe since it's another acting government agency that they should have the same.
Who, I mean,
Now, stop.
no, let's go ahead.
So South Florida Water Management, which is state run, they don't have holidays. So there's a different schedule from the federal.
I know municipalities do. I work for a municipality. We have all those days.
My wife just retired from South Florida Water Management District
Yeah.
for 35 years. And
I've been
there's
with,
several of these that she would like.
I've been with Miami. Yeah. I've been with Miami Gardens since
Madam
two
Clerk?
thousand seven and we have all those days.
I just wanted to add with respect to Infomark, you have employees that will still work unless they choose to take a floating holiday or vacation or sick time with the company.
Who, who gets the most walk-in traffic? I'm just curious, like now that we're ran out of the same building. Are more people coming in for the city or more people coming in for Sid?
I
Civil
think,
Improvement District.
yeah, I think more people come in for the Seminole Improvement District, and that's because of the utility billing and those issues.
Well, listen,
And we're there.
at the end of the day, there are two separate buildings and they're two separate government organizations, and they don't have to be on the exact same holiday schedule. I would love for there to be unity and unison and some secrecies, but if we want Juneteenth off and Sid doesn't,
No, it's not.
It's
And
not
it's
the end of
it's
the
not about
world,
that.
you
Y'all
know?
just need to have your schedule. We have ours. I mean, because I get sometimes pushed back a little bit. They say we're taking tomorrow off. No, we're not. Not all of us.
right?
Those guys right back there, because of the services, we have to test every day. We have to
Right.
come out and open up
I
gates
get
and
it.
doors every day. So we'll have a crew. Sid may not have the full staff, obviously.
But your
working,
doors may not be open.
But we're
but
available.
You guys are out there.
We're available, and that's our job. But the city, there's really, at least I know, I mean, there's not really anything that would be that urgent that they would have to have you if you weren't here that day, you know what I mean?
Yep. So
I don't fuss
I
about
won't
it.
be taking any of the days off, because I'm always working. But
And Mr. Mayor, we're not proposing that both need to have the same schedule.
Right.
But if we can publish it at the beginning of the fiscal year,
Sure.
what both schedules are for each individual entity.
I
And
mean,
then that
our
prevents any
website will reflect our
miscommunication in the
days,
community.
yours will reflect yours.
Right.
and, You know, it will work out that way. Well, I'm okay with the city manager's recommendation. For us, we can only speak for us, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I assume you guys
no, we're just trying to,
chopped it up beforehand.
yes, we did. We're just trying to make it more uniform so that the public kind of sees what happens. There, as the city grows, Mr. Mayor, there will be an opportunity and other operations that, I think that Mr. Massey just pointed out one, but there are a number of things that happen outside of regular work hours
Right.
and that kind of thing. So,
And, being the innovative city of Westlake, I hope that a lot of the services become automated and don't need, the humans to be there 100% of the time for some of those things. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. If my council's good with it, I
get
don't
it.
have any problem with this list. You guys okay?
Is this gonna come back to the council as in a regular session?
I
Well,
think it's just direction.
we're seeking direction. Obviously, we're not, you're not acting upon anything
Workshop,
tonight.
yeah.
So we're able to just understand and get a feel for what's going on. Now, I have spoken with our city clerk and we plan on putting something on
September.
September's meeting. I don't know, on September 1st? September 1st.
I mean, this,
So,
something like this is administrative, right? It doesn't really need an act of
Right.
council to choose the hours.
you,
That's,
you know, I would say that it depends. It really depends, in my experience, when you're closing city halls, if it's an emergency, I believe that the manager has the authority. But I think when we talk about something we're talking about now, it impacts the budget. It's definitely a council.
Counselor,
Yeah.
what do you think, Mr. City Attorney?
I would recommend that you adopt a calendar by resolution at the
Really?
next meeting. Yes, sir.
All right, well, why don't we get that
It's,
ready
it's,
to rock and roll?
it's on there.
Program a resolution, we'll do it that way then.
So you're
Under
talking,
advice of council,
you're talking 15 holidays. Is that what we had last year?
-1 or 2, I believe.
You didn't observe Veterans Day and Columbus Day or Juneteenth. And our recommendation is you,
So you're adding
those.
2.
three, yes, sir.
Columbus/Indigenous persons, Juneteenth
And veterans.
And
and
Veterans Day.
veterans. And if I'm not mistaken, we do proclamations for all of them. Except for maybe Columbus, but I think
No,
What do
you
we
probably,
have?
you probably do Columbus and
Yeah.
or both. It's,
I'm okay with it. Good. Moving forward. Yep, bring that resolution in front of us and you have anything to?
No,
Mr.
no, we're
President?
good. We may change a couple, we'll put it before our board next. Monday.
Probably at the September meeting, unless we talk about it and do it on the 17th.
But yes, no, that's all us. We don't have
Okay.
any opposition anyway.
Well, let's move forward and talk about the park. What do you got for us? Where we at?
Where we're at, and I know Ryan Wheeler's here, he's done a lot of the design. The preliminary budget for the next phase of the park is $1,223,067.06. That was the most recent cost estimate I had. Both Sid and Westlake submitted applications hoping to obtain funding. Sid through the FERDAP grant, the city through state appropriation. Although Sid's grant application was placed on the priority list, the state did not fully fund the priority list. There's still some question on whether any of the projects were funded. And as a result, we are not getting funding from the state for our portion. My understanding is the city did receive their allocation request of 600,000
And there's a match.
and there's a match, and the organizations need to decide whether we're moving forward, and Sid will make up for those funds through another resource other than FERDAP. Whether we want to go ahead and do this or hold off, but that's why it's on the agenda tonight, because obviously we're going to continue holding the Westlake Fourth Fest there. It would be nice to have more next phase done for next year.
Well, I mean, just to speak candidly, I think we were incredibly fortunate to get $600,000 from the state legislature. We failed to get a penny last year. It was a very tumultuous budget cycle this year, and we somehow managed to make it across the finish line. I know we have to give that back if we don't use it. What was the match? 50%?
it's a 50% match.
So we got 6. Then the city puts in another 3-ish, right?
Mhm.
That gets us to 9. Do you think Sid can get us to the 1.2?
Wait, I thought our share was 600.
Our share was 600.
600 was the award, but what about the match?
I thought it was 600.
It's a 100%
I
match?
thought it was.
I
I thought
thought,
that's what we were told.
was it 50% or 100?
I think it's 50%.
Well, it's a 50/50. I thought 600 plus our 600. That was my understanding.
That was my understanding when we.
We'll take a look at the
You said
legislation.
it was
So
100.
that way we'll make sure.
And
Okay,
it may
then that's the
be-
1.2.
It may be that it's 600 and the other 600 has to come from other resources, whether
Right.
that
Which
be.
would have been the
uh,
FERDAP
Sid
application.
And the
Gotcha.
city, which would
Would
reach that
Sid be willing to
1.2.
split the other 600 with us?
So what I think just. Thing would just we've discussed this in the past, so we have a little bit, we've been trying to trim everything down, so we don't have much money sitting out there, and which we've done, we backed up our budget, but what I would propose, since y'all have 6, if y'all are willing to do 3 more, right, that gets 9, then we'd have to come up, I'm saying, with, 4 more roughly. We could probably pull that off. I think we could probably find the dollars to do that. But what I
That
think
would be
this,
amazing.
what this would encourage us to do is we could ask Ryan to go ahead and put it out for formal bid, because this is
Sure.
the best laid plans, right? And he's using the best numbers, but we better get a hard number that says, yes, we can do it. And here's what's gonna take us 2 months.
If I may, Mr. President, I've got 2 points. Refresh my memory on what phase 1 encompasses.
Well, phase 1, we basically done, but Ryan will tell you, it's coming in.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Just for the record, Ryan Wheeler, Coffee Wheeler, District Engineer for Seminole Improvement District. So just kind of as a follow-up, when we had this meeting last time, we kind of, performed our cost estimate and did kind of our preliminary layout. Phase 1, as you call it, we kind of call it phase 2 just because
Right.
the part that we already did was phase 1, but phase 2 includes both entrances and combining both entrances and laying out the utilities for whatever could be happening through there, so that in the future, we don't have to tear up any of the asphalt and doing all that. So it's basically from entrance to entrance off of Seminole Pratt Whitney.
Any parking?
And parking, and then there was like kind of almost like a pullout for food trucks, event spaces, stuff like
You don't
that.
have that here in your picture.
I have some of the smaller, I can hand them out.
Yep, because it would bring us in 2 roundabouts
I want to see it.
up there.
Let's see it.
You're working on it. But when it comes in the center section, we have parking towards the lake and drive-through, and then up above, we're gonna have like a boat. So that would accommodate all the food trucks. I think 20, Ryan, is that right?
What's that?
You had spots for 20 food trucks?
About like 16.
Okay.
I'd say.
Yeah. But that's, what Ela did such a great job, this year,
Oh,
putting that.
unbelievable.
They were
Your,
wanting.
your team did an amazing job. I think them every time
Probably
I see
missing
them.
off of it, but
You guys were the unsung heroes of Fourth Fest, and I'm telling you that you did an amazing job.
well, what I pushed, Ela didn't like it as much, but what I pushed for very hard was to try to configure it the way we're gonna have to in the future. We've already come up with this design for the parking.
Right.
This is one there. We've already come up with that.
Seminole Pratt, this one.
Yeah, and just kind of as a refresher, what you're looking at was this matches the approved master plan that
Right.
goes back probably 3-4 years now. So this still matches what that intent was, what you all, and I don't know if everybody per se was on the board at that time, but what's been reviewed by that, it pretty much matches.
Thank you for this. So as I look at this, right, and I'm looking at your phase 2, our phase 1, and what it encompasses, we had chatted about the idea, and don't get mad at me, Mr. President, but we chatted about giving these kids a safe place to fish.
Oh,
Do you think we can include that in phase 1?
yeah, I mean, that's just gonna be a function of letting them fish on the lake there.
Can we include that in phase 1? I think it'll make
We'd have to, we had some.
so many residents happy.
Yeah, I would be in favor of doing that myself.
Yeah.
At least letting these become designated lakes for fishing. I think what you're asking is for like a pier or something. I don't know that necessarily needs to be in phase 1, just from a funding
I
standpoint.
wasn't, I was just asking for permission,
Okay.
Yes,
but
during.
if we could design
Yeah.
some kind of, or at least be forward thinking, some kind of like a pretty pier or something, like just design it, conceptualize it, and maybe price it, get part of the pricing.
Mhm.
That might be something the city would be willing to make happen.
But just do me a favor, if you go look at it, the whole lake's not from here to that wall. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like we're gonna put much of it.
No, but you know what, would look really good is, you know how that lake by the sales center has the little, the little,
See what?
seawall with the fence, with the little wire, so I just imagine cute little kids fishing off something like that, and I don't know what that costs or not, but it would certainly add a huge amenity,
Well,
a
that's-
passive amenity that doesn't require any maintenance to the city, and we might be able to find money for that.
Well, what we could do is we can agree that we can work with Seth and we can figure out if we need to do any legal instrument to allow the public to fish since we don't anywhere
Okay.
else, right? Which we can,
Right.
we can do it. So let's say we
We
can.
got
do
both
this.
governments on
We'll-
board, so we
Yeah,
can.
We'll go with that.
All right.
And also just kind of a quick follow-up, what I did pass out was just kind of the conceptual plans that we based our cost estimate stuff off of for, that has the, you know, paving, grading, and drainage aspect along with the water and sewer aspect. And what you'll see is there's a lot of lines and stuff that are set up and stubbed out for whatever happens in any of those future phases.
And the 1.223 million, that's your EOPC for this, all of it, right?
Correct. I'll have to go back and look. I did not bring that with me, but I know I prepared one for that previous meeting.
That was all the pavement is everything in the gray, where you see coming off that would be paved. These permanent spots would be paved. The spots for the trucks, all that would be paved. Utilities brought in, but not landed for all the food trucks, right?
Well,
On this one?
we had conduits and that type of stuff
Right.
set up for, you know, whatever there so that it's, you know, the means of methods of getting the wires and stuff to them whenever we do want to
We
bring the
may
power.
not, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if we got this put forward and we can come up with a quote that we can live with, right? And we can make it all work, which I think we can. This will be all paid for definitely by the July next year, for
Amazing.
sure. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't have that.
Yeah,
But it may not, so we wanted to have all the 16 permanent spots
Right,
for the food trucks, like you have right over here.
understood.
Those may not be all completed, but we'll be closer, you know what I mean? They can park, we
Right.
just we may have to run
May not
generators.
have the
to get-
power there, may not have the water.
I think what we've seen is they usually bring their own generator and they usually run off their own stuff, don't
They,
they?
they do, and we did, but what we were wanting or hoping to do, maybe Fourth Fest, not as big a deal, but the thought would be in the future, like you can have here without and have, when you bring in the food trucks, no generators, right? So that if we have a
Yeah,
big
plug-
Right, you
concert
could just
going
plug
on,
in.
they can listen to the music and not have any more than people talking here, not having those old loud generators. That would be the idea, guys.
yeah. And the only thing I would say is, you know, the estimate and stuff that we did, that was pretty much kind of what you see on the plans. There is some other stuff, you know, when we talk about the docks and bringing the franchise utilities and stuff through there that we'll just
I
have
don't
to.
even want to put this in the universe, but you guys worked this out quite some time ago.
Correct.
I know that prices of things have fluctuated, gone up, down a little. Do we still think that we're,
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are fluctuations. When we did do that estimate, it was still kind of at a higher time per se, as far as, you know, the materials costs and that type of stuff. But obviously there has been changes on different items, but, you know, getting it out on the street, potentially we could, you know, get more of an idea and potentially
This was step one.
reevaluate.
Yeah,
amazing? And listen, I'm gonna say it out loud. Allowing fishing in this lake is a huge win for Westlake, a huge win for all of our constituents and the kids in the city. Something good for them. Please recognize.
Scott, for the lighting,
Mhm.
black poles that we have throughout the city,
Yeah.
would that be in this space? That's something FPL puts in?
that
Is
would be.
something Sid puts in?
This, on this phase was not, we were gonna pull power into the conduits but not land everything for this one.
Okay.
Originally, so let me back up. Originally, almost 3 years ago, Ryan was thinking this would get lighting and power and water. And then last year, when they re-looked at everything as they escalated, we basically had to strip out that
That's
piece.
what you pulled out.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
the big thing is to get this stabilized, get it, now that footprint's done. And then we can easily, we can work out some FP&L, see if the conduits are there. We can work on that because that's not gonna be one big hit, release those anyhow. So,
So you've already done some cost engineering on this to get us to the
Ryan's
number.
done quite a
we
bit
did.
on it, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we were originally at like 1.45, I think was what we were kind of originally at. And I know those costs and stuff were, you know, higher at the time. And obviously we were trying to figure out as far as what grants and that type of stuff
Sure.
that we had. So we tried to, you know, just see what we could kind of strip out as much as we could.
That being said, is that 1.0, I know you don't have it, maybe I don't remember, but that included any contingency?
I'm pretty sure I had some contingency in there, yeah.
If we did do the lighting,
Mhm.
how much additional do you think that would be? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I
we had to
just
come
can't
up.
imagine it being
Yeah.
crazy. But I will say, we want the park to be just, daylight to dark, basically. So we don't really need it for the park, we just need it for events.
Events.
And since we have this, it would be, I mean, well, she was here because she had all those numbers really, but we could have brought in more lighting or less lighting. I mean, to me, that's a minor one. We can get lighting in really easy. Those portable generators they set up but yes, we could add it, but what?
I would think you want some security lighting, once you have the asphalt in there, so that the police, when they drive by, they can see inside.
I'd be willing to add more money to our portion if we had to.
Well, that's what I want to hear. Absolutely. Well done, there, nice man.
Slow down, Turbo.
I understand. Now,
If you bid out the lighting, we have.
We're negotiating
we need
here.
a lighting plan to start with, but what about landscaping? Landscape plan,
yeah,
yeah, what?
phase one is to get it paved and usable. We did not figure landscaping off of the phase one. This was to get us into the park.
Okay, but that's what I'm raising,
And we don't want landscaping in here much. We,
maintain, you know.
well, no, not just for the maintain part of it, but to you said, as far as being open, we're gonna have kids. We don't want a lot of bushes and stuff where kids can hide and if the deputy rides and looks in there, he needs to be able to look across the whole thing. It's a park.
Yeah,
It's no park. We have a lot of landscaping on the roadway section, very heavily landscaped. And we have some on the berms around the outside, which we'll be working on that as we go. But we didn't put it into this. This was just put in to give us all access to the park. Yeah, just purely infrastructure. So we can look at the lighting. That's not a big deal, but
Yeah.
we do have gates so that you know. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but we have head walls. If you look at your map where the roads, the pavement comes in off of Seminole Pratt,
yeah,
if you'll look at each side of the lake, there's a concrete head wall on each side. And currently we have temporary, but part of this phase is we're gonna put in our permanent chain link fence, which gets mounted to the top of those head walls. Comes up, so the park will get shut off. There's no way to get in here. It'll be shut off every night.
hey, the house made a commitment for a veterans memorial on one of these planters. So if you would get together with our city manager, he knows the details.
On one of the roundabouts,
Yeah, we could, if,
Somewhere.
if you don't mind,
A specific location, but in the park.
Yeah, and just to kind of speak to that, I know that was a. sorry, I didn't mean to
Okay, no,
cut you
go
off
ahead,
there.
go
No,
ahead.
but we kept those kind of two islands open as far as utilities or any conflicts for that, to make sure that whichever
on
one.
each one, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Beautiful.
whatever,
Love that.
What you want.
yeah,
Thanks for reminding me.
yeah. So, but we, kind of based off
Mhm.
of that conversation that we had, we, made sure that there was no utilities or anything like that running through there that could,
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good area.
Couple considerations that I'm sure you've already thought about, but so eventually there'll be a bathroom somewhere,
Mhm.
but for big events, we still may need to bring in
Absolutely.
the other ones. I don't think there's water
I'll raise my hand here.
inputs, remember that was a concern for this recent Fourth Fest. There's no water anywhere. So
much
is that
water,
something that
yeah,
you guys are thinking about?
Well, yeah, we'll stuff out all those things will be coming in here. We're not gonna run every fixture
Right.
through here, but we will have the piping and the stub outs going in. We'll probably have more water available when we get that done than we have obviously now. Because we have, just so you know, what you don't see on here,
There's a utility plan on there. There's a force main stub out coming in, and then there's fire hydrants all through, and there's a water main stub out on the side too there that can be set up for
Correct.
connections like
Right.
that.
Yeah,
we took we spent the money since we knew we were gonna do the park, and we ran our water main, sorry, all the way down. It mirrored where the reclaim was. So we ran that all the way down so we had access into the park with it.
Excellent. Did city manager want to make a point?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, members of the board. That's okay. I just want to provide information and then see where it goes. I met with a lady from the community, Miss Bivens, Stormy Bivens, and she's with the Wellington Gardens Club folks. And
That's our gold memorial.
Right, that's correct. And so I know there's been discussion about the memorial going on the park site. But there's also been some discussion about it going on potentially the city hall property. And so,
Sure.
you know, that's, I want to make sure that that's part of the discussion so that the council can decide on where they want to go. Now, you know,
For her, she needs to get it or she's gonna lose it. So it's wherever she can get it
How
quickest. She can't wait.
you have a mock up of what it's gonna look like? I mean, what's?
there's some pictures. I have, you see it. If you go,
It's
if you
around
go,
places.
Like
Yeah.
Wellington.
if you go places, you see it. It's a very common looking
It's like a black,
monument.
right, like a black plaque.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not super big though.
No.
I think next to the flagpole at the park would like, right?
Yeah, for temporary.
I think I could get it there quick.
And I have pictures. I'll email everyone all the information I have.
Star.
It's called Blue Star Memorial.
Blue Star, Mothers.
All right.
Is
Yes.
it something that people would want to like have a festivity at? I mean, go up to the ceremonies and all?
Out of respect, you know. it's just-
No, I got one. So I'm just asking
Yeah.
if it's something like that, thing's right. You're gonna, if you have flagpole in the center, if you had a little memorial, the main entrance coming into the park and the roundabout right in there. If you were to have some sort of a ceremony, you can go walk all the way around, just shut the road off. I mean, it would be a,
When we floated the idea, when she was here in front of us, and we floated the idea of putting it in our future city hall space. I remember her getting like flustered that that's further down the line than this is, and it's like, we have to put this somewhere, we're gonna not get it anymore, like. I've,
Hold up money, you're right.
yeah, it was something along those lines, so I want to be accommodating to her as well.
Yes. I believe it's something we can transplant.
Yeah, if we had to.
It's not that big of a monument.
so, yeah, I mean, but, so the answer is yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so whatever we go for this phase, Ryan, then I think the director would be, which was here, Ryan, prepare this to go out on the street for bid.
Mhm.
Unless we really get blown out of the water, might be off 100,000 or something, but it shouldn't be too radically far off.
And,
So,
and one thing I just did want to point out, just to make sure that we're all on the same
yeah,
page,
that's the
to
point,
maximize the 100%, the match,
sure.
just to look at, if Sid, let's just say it would be 50 or something. If 50% of the 600 goes, can we still get that extra 300 match, or does that have to be strictly from city dollars or not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Just to make sure that we take a look at.
But we're
to
under agreement
maximize.
that We're splitting the other
whenever.
Right, yeah.
Qualify the 600, y'all are
Exactly.
willing to do whatever. it takes.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're saying that we think we could cover the stopgap up to probably 4, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the mock dollars are there unless Brian really misses it, but. no.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, we kind of did that and it's like, oh no, we're only getting,
Now that we're on the subject, right, to throw everybody for a loop.
Gonna have money.
No, I'm not gonna ask for money. I'm gonna do the opposite. So the full price tag on the park was almost $13 million,
something like
right?
that, yeah.
At this rate, 600,000 that we're back in Tallahassee once a year, it's gonna be a decade before we have a built park. We have 75 acres here, about 50 of it's usable.
Mhm.
I would love for us to, and I'm just putting it into the universe, without putting any burden on the taxpayers or going into any debt. I would like us to consider entertaining the idea of a P3, public-private partnership. We can lease out 10 acres or 15 acres. Commercial or just real estate is generally about $1 million an acre valued. We could partner with whoever
Yeah.
and let them pay for the $12 million park, and we don't have to wait 10 years to have it. So I'm just putting it in the universe that maybe we can look at a P3, something that benefits the city, something that complements the city, or complements the park as an idea.
Don't need to close your ears to anything, right? I mean,
Right.
no,
Right.
that was our original game plan was when the soccer field was going to come, they were going to build the park.
Exactly.
And now,
That's where I got the idea.
right, but obviously they wanted something for it. You know, what I mean, at the end of the day, we
Right.
spent the money without getting, so we just need to look at restrictions that will be placed on that.
It's all hypothetical at this point. I'm just putting it into the universe.
And this is
So
also
maybe if anybody's
regional,
listening,
but it's
they
also
might bring
regional
us a-
park too.
what's that?
It's also, reason we want to keep it open for functionality is that it is a regional park. I mean, it's not, yes, sir, it's not just for city or city residents.
Oh,
It's
no,
for-
it's-
So,
It would benefit the region.
but understand, only the city's paying for it and the residents within the city. So that's why I was saying, if there's other resources around that
Yeah.
people can go to, we don't need to replicate it.
Right.
We had that discussion. So we had a good plan with the top lot down towards that south end that, we could look at going in. The only difference we'd really do is we'd be some irrigation and some improved grasses on the open fields and multi-purpose fields. But it doesn't need to go exactly where that first overall blown up one was gonna be.
Right.
Because what the soccer people had was a driving range.
Yeah, I'm just speaking it into the universe, because if somebody were to come in and say, hey, let's cannibalize 20 of your acres and we'll build the other 30 and give you the $12 million tomorrow, now we don't have to wait 10 years.
I think it's like Scott said, you're never gonna turn down an
Yeah.
opportunity without fully looking into it.
Exactly.
So,
But
And understanding what it may be.
I'm just trying to figure out ways to get this done.
Well, Mayor, there are a number of examples of what you just said that's happening right now as we speak. One of the communities I used to manage, we did the same thing, retained the service of a company that gave us the advice that we needed. And I think it's an excellent opportunity to get something built now as opposed to waiting, 20 years.
Gardens just got I think an ice skating ring or a soccer stadium, or, it's happening
both.
everywhere. But something.
But,
It's ice skating.
but the only thing I will say for everyone to keep in mind is that land is gonna be a premium every year that goes on out here. And if you want to fly overhead and look around, that 50-acre usable parcel, and just right now, they're not there. I mean, the only thing that much land is something that's
Oh, I
getting
know.
developed right now.
That's-
So
That's what makes it so valuable.
I would be, when you talk about the $12 million for build out of $20 million, that was with one vision. That was with all that other stuff.
Mhm.
Keeping it open, building an amphitheater like had been discussed, which makes it, doesn't take up infield room. It's on the outside, maybe changing some grasses in the future on those fields and some irrigation and a top lot. The city's building their own building. Ken had in mind of putting the city chambers down here at one time. It was gonna be on the north end of our
Right.
property.
I recall that.
I think that's obviously won't be needed at this point since y'all got this piece of real estate. And so, as far as hardscapes go, we're looking at bathrooms and on the location and possibly a storage facility for the park, balls, nets for
Right.
clubs that coming out for their soccer, storing things and line work. So I don't think it's gonna be what it was. I don't think that huge money's there to make this happen.
Was that something we could start looking at?
Yeah, I mean,
And while we're on that subject, we got a presentation from my lobbyist the last meeting, and I talked to him often. He says we need to keep striking while we're successful and start putting in phase
Phase two.
now in appropriations right now. So we need to figure out what phase 2 is and work with you guys so that we could go ask for more money
Yeah.
from the
That's
state.
easy enough.
yeah.
Phase 2 is supposed to be the top lot,
Mhm.
the kid in some pickleball in the south. end.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of gone back and forth of mixture of pickleball or pickleball, basketball. I mean, I know there's a, kind of a mixture
Yeah,
or
basketball
one or the
probably
other.
It would be very minimal,
Yeah,
just a couple for people to play some hoops.
yeah.
But the pickleball is getting a lot of traction.
Mhm.
Everybody wants pickleball.
Zane doesn't want to drive so far.
Yeah.
So.
So if you could help us with getting phase 2 so that we have something to submit to our lobbyist to
Mhm.
start writing that up, that would be great.
And how is at the James Business Center?
Mhm.
Aren't they doing an indoor thing, still planning on doing some
they lease to a cheer camp.
Paddle, I think is like.
Paddle, yeah.
The Padel is there.
Or
There's a
Padel.
cheer camp that they just leased their second building to.
Okay.
It's Wellington All-Star cheerleaders.
Only thing I'm saying, if some private concern is putting in pickleball courts,
No,
I
pickleball.
wouldn't want
There's no
to.
pickleball. Everybody in Westlake wants pickleball. I have tons of,
You put
we need
pickleball down?
pickleball. The only pickleball is in Crestwinds, and they're pretty exclusive over there,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
We need pickleball.
no, I got it, but I'm just saying, we don't want to replicate something that we don't need to.
Yeah, they have Padel. Padel is not pickleball. Pickleball people don't play Padel, and Padel people don't play pickleball.
That sounds pretty fluffy.
I played it. It's not that fluffy. It's, you know,
Okay, so,
it's athletes
but,
play.
but without grinding it down, just like now we have a field in there we can look at, and the guys the construction guys did a really good job. I'm telling you. They drove, we kept them within areas. The next day and the following days, all the places they drove with brown, hard brown. We got a good rain that Sunday, directly following the event,
Right?
and Monday a week, you drove by, you would never know we had it.
Incredible. Great news.
And Ela did a great job of making sure the people got in and cleaned up. The boys came back in and cleaned up everything behind them, and but everything was out Monday. Yeah, they had to stop because it was raining so much on Sunday, they couldn't get it all cut, but. So we know the fields are in really nice shape. They can stand the traffic. We do it every day, but so if we get this in,
Yeah.
and we actually conformed or configured it, so it's kind of like this. Wouldn't you say that was the way she had everything set up is in this same footprint, basically? I'm sorry, Zoe, I'm talking to you.
I don't have a copy of what you received.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is.
But it is, between the two entrances, and we kept them this side of the drainage, what we didn't want to have, because assuming we have a tsunami, you see the drainage on your map is these lines. You have to have a place for that water to run off if you have a big rain, so we had everything set from 30 foot back this side of those drains here. So everything you saw that was in there, if we had a 4-inch rain, those shouldn't have been in the water. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
would have had a-
understood.
So, that being said, if Ryan can, what would you timeline for everybody going out so we could have.
I mean,
a good idea?
they're pretty close. I mean, they're at probably 70-80% complete.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, to send it out.
That's what I'm saying. My plans are pretty much 70-80% complete, so just finalizing that, I
a
could,
week,
yeah, a couple weeks.
and then month and a half to get things back in tally.
Yeah,
Month, 30 days to
Mhm.
do it. And
get
then-
for the contractors to give their prices back.
Great.
And that would
Mhm.
give us
45
enough
days.
time to get rolling and get, because this is, the biggest chunk of this is somewhat there. You know what I mean, as far
Yeah.
as, we don't have to haul in a lot of fill, we don't have to do a lot of that, so we could pull this off before your fourth best, we could have all this done, I think, if we got it, so we
Excellent.
don't have. And then we can, our next meeting, which we should have, we could look at the calendar, but we should have it well in advance of your next fourth fest. And we'll know where we're at with this. We'll know, what dollars we have extra. Can we
Sure.
throw something else in there? We can get the lighting, go ahead and put in. We can also talk to FPL about that and look at that as on the
So
sideline.
just to reiterate, new item B, what we've decided is we're more or less splitting the additional 600,000 that we're gonna need, more or less, right? So we're getting it's 1.2, we're getting 600 from the state. Sid and the city will.
That,
Put in
that's
three
my
more,
only,
put in 3 or so more, y'all put in 3 or so more.
yeah,
So we're
that's
gonna
my only
make
concern
sure
is that 600.
We are.
No, my only concern is that 600, is that contingent on just city money
Well,
or
that's
city
fine,
plus?
then you just comes from the city and then you guys.
Right,
It's
right.
I mean, do you think they care? I mean.
Who knows? I'm
One way
just,
or another, we
Yeah.
understand that. it's
Exactly.
split
It'd
between
be
two
city
organizations.
money, so ultimately it's municipal.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we,
I think, is that right?
whatever.
Yeah,
when
however it
it
has to happen, it will.
Submits to them, that'll be,
But for the purpose of the workshop, we're splitting the balance. We're opening it up for fishing in phase one,
Mhm.
which is amazing. We are not closed up.
With this,
Yeah, phase, well,
yeah.
your phase two,
Okay,
our,
yeah,
our
Yeah,
phase
yeah.
one.
absolutely.
We're not closed off to the idea of a P3. If an opportunity presented itself, we're not against it. Did I miss anything under the park that
The
we
only
covered?
other thing is just the monument, in
Oh,
one of the
right.
roundabouts
That'll
or
go in one of
something
the
like that.
areas.
And then if we wanna, the next phase, wanted to start kind of.
And we need, right, and we need something soon
Mhm.
on the next phase so that we can get it to our lobbyist, so he could go get us some more money.
Yeah.
And we can start working on phase two. The one, how hard would it be for lighting on just the Gold Star Monument? Because I think that should be lit out of respect.
If
Blue
we-
Star, Blue Star.
If we.
What's that?
Yeah,
Solar's
solar,
pretty cheap.
not bad.
Okay, all right, so if we had to, we do it that
I
way.
mean, we're, but, so, to be fair, if we run power to one, we're gonna run it all.
Right,
The cost is getting it in,
all right.
you know what I
If we
mean?
had to
Getting
do
it
something
inside.
solar temporarily, we could.
We can do whatever.
Right, okay.
But we could get a idea of what the cost to run that condo would be.
Sure. And maybe that's.
You have the
phase two.
conduits
Yeah.
figured coming in. You have all the conduits figured to coming in,
Correct,
what's
yeah.
gonna flow. We just didn't pull the power yet. So we just have to get FPL.
And
With your influence, maybe we can.
yeah,
get
the
those out.
conduits were really just where they
Yeah.
were crossing, where it was crossing pavement and stuff,
Excellent.
just
Power.
most of the stuff would be direct bury until it got to the roadways.
Yeah,
All right, let's close out.
that's good.
Yeah, I would also suggest that Sid apply for next year's FERDAP grant for
Absolutely.
funding for the next phase as well. Same as your.
Anything else you find you can apply for.
Yeah, we could, but I understand it's similar.
So that way there's no duplication, so there's no duplication. I got it. I understand.
We
The-
can put,
And I
we
think
can put,
they've landscape.
we could put that, if we have a flagpole in the middle of that roundabout, you could have, so when people go into the roundabout, it could be sitting right there.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, it's, yeah.
And like you said,
It's
it's
not big.
relocatable. If we have like
Right.
a spot, then we pick it up.
Okay.
Mr. President,
I think we did
Mr.
great work on
Mayor.
that.
I'm
Please.
sorry. One thing that I wanted to add is that we also were the recipients of a $202,000
That's the next, that's.
solicitation.
item C.
It's on there. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry. for that.
It's item C.
Yeah.
Go
Thank you.
West Circulator. Well, all right, so can I close out B? Move forward? Yes? Everybody consensus?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Go West Circulator bus stops.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Mr. President, thank you very much. Appreciate it. The city of Westlake received a little bit over $202,000 in a state appropriation for the Go West Circulator Program. And the way I see, or what I've read, is it's going to move people from Westlake to the Groves and back here and to the fixed route system on Palm Trend.
What it was intended to
Okay.
do was expand the closest Palm Trans stop, which is currently Loxahatchee College campus, Palm Beach State College in Loxahatchee,
Mhm.
into Westlake and back. If I'm not mistaken, you have a meeting scheduled soon to discuss it further
Next week.
next week, right? So, if it's still the right thing to do and the viable option. I don't know. I know that since when we initially put in for it to now, especially with changes in the county manager, the new county manager, I know they're actually pulling resources away from Comtran. So I don't know. I think that's what
Yeah.
the meeting is to discuss, is whether or not, I know we did an appropriation for that. But I don't know if the county can still do it for that price, if the price has changed, if they even want to do it. So that's what I think is what you guys are discussing.
Yeah, I was
It's not.
just curious. So if it's the same one that Ken and us had a lot of
Mhm.
discussions on, it was gonna be basically a place to park, catch the bus and come back to, right? Or a place to pick up the bus stop. And Ken's thought back then, now y'all this may look like a different beast now, but it was gonna be at the park site.
Oh, you're talking about a parking ride? No, that's a totally different
For
thing.
the dollars that were appropriated for this, I thought he said that they had to have a bus stop, and that's where he thought that they would do it, would be at the park site, so that it's not used Monday through Friday, pretty much, the parking area, we had parking, and the bus can make the loop. and go. That's where he was thinking about placing it, that's all I'm saying.
Okay,
We put in two separate appropriations. One was for this Go West program that the county had quoted years ago.
Mm.
So I think the next step in terms of that, we did get awarded the funds, right? There also is a match involved.
yeah,
But I think the next step there is for a city manager to meet with the county and see if the plan is still viable. Or if they're even still willing to do it or if
Yeah.
it changes, because they were talking about taking away. Routes and just giving out Uber vouchers. I mean, the county is revamping Palm Train, last I heard.
So
I think it's important to like sit down with them.
we'll have more information next week.
Yeah,
do you have any idea? I mean, you don't even know how fast. the
He's got a meeting
dollar-
next week.
No, so we're meeting with the county next week. I think it's Tuesday. And the purpose of this meeting was to see, I think you kind of answered the question. If we did have a stop, it would be in the park, looks like.
But no,
It's a sensible
there's
step.
cutouts.
Oh, there's
There's
cutouts.
already
Okay.
bus cutouts on Seminole Prep.
I see. Okay.
There's
Okay.
already bus cutouts that are meant for buses.
Okay. Well, that makes sense
They
now.
exist.
Okay.
Yeah, they're there. This is the forward thinking city of Westlake. We already
Wow.
we've put them out, but what we don't have is the shelter.
Right.
Which, we had the great idea of turning bus shelter as a piece of art
Right.
and pulling money from our Arts and Public Places Fund
That's correct.
in order to pay for a shelter that would not just be a bus shelter, but a beautiful addition to our city, an actual work of art. So I
Right.
think we're working on scheduling a Art and Public Places Committee meeting so we could spin them up and bring us some concepts of bus shelters if the plan were to go forward.
That's correct.
But if it's not, it's not, so it's TBD. Yeah, there's cutouts.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Is that what you're talking about? That right there? That's the only spot that there's a cutout.
It's actually,
I didn't, there was cutouts.
says. Yeah, it's there. I know it's there.
I just saw,
It's not written bus stop.
It doesn't say bus stop, but
it's just a bump out.
only bus. See it?
Yeah,
Only bus.
yeah, I said, that's what I just was pointing to, and you just went back, yeah.
Well,
It's a bump out.
sorry, I had to zoom in.
Yeah, but you see, if you have your lane, it's just. a bump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where a shelter would go.
okay, all right. Well, then that's where you need to put it.
Yeah. Is it, whose property? Is it
But
county
that's
or
not,
city or?
this is different.
That's
than
a
the
county
park and ride.
easement.
Okay.
This is different than the parking
That's
ride.
different from the
Okay.
parking lot.
Because the parking ride was, they wanted to bus people into town and other places. They
Yeah.
could park their vehicle and get back in that.
And I,
So it's different.
and I don't know what kind of strings that money has attached to
That's
it.
county.
It's labeled, we put an appropriation for a Go West transportation, but maybe we can. Maybe they'll let us, as long as it's transportation. Repurpose it because things have changed. But so step one is, we're gonna
We'll
get
meet
with
with
the
you.
county and see what the
Right.
best bet is.
Yeah, because that's all county easement, every bit of that,
Right.
all county. Yep.
Yeah, it says only bus on that.
And it's right in front of,
Yeah.
Publix, and right, that's a good location.
And we thought it would be cool to have actual shelters that were pieces of art, like sculpt, like your bus shelter is also a piece of
Is
art.
that not dangerous when people are driving, looking at art going down there?
There's art in public places throughout this whole county. Anything to make our city more beautiful and not pull money from the general budget. Okay, thank you for item C. Nobody has any comments or questions on that. I'll let you run with relocation update on the SID offices. Does anybody have anything to say about bus shelters still or no? Okay, moving on to number D. Tell us about your relocation.
Scott, do you want to handle this?
No, you got the time down pat.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, it's on you, not Scott.
All right, as we all know, this is coming to a head. Right now, our anticipated relocation date is August 17th. The plan is to close administrative offices on the 17th and 18th because our phones and everything like that will be being ported the morning of August 17th. So those will be down at least for a short period of time while they transfer from the current location to the new building. We will be holding our August 17th board meeting at the 4001 Seminole Pratt because we didn't have a final date when the publications had to go out. But after that meeting, we will be holding our SID board meetings in the new administrative location. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and there's no changes. They started doing final inspections on the building today, according to the city's building official. Furniture is due to be delivered and installed the 12th through the 14th. Our copy machine will be delivered on the 7th. So it's just a matter of us starting to pack up and prepare for the transition. Happy to answer any questions. The SID board is pretty current on things.
No, I mean,
Getting close.
yeah, cool. Sounds good. Anybody have any questions on the SID
I'm just curious,
location?
if I were to be moving from one location to another, and I had multiple telephones, I would take one out of the old place, put it into the new place, and I would think that I can get phone calls at both places.
Well, because it's a VoIP system, the numbers will officially port at 10 a.m. The phones shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes to actually transition.
Okay.
But because we do have to actually move all of our physical stuff, make sure our computers are set up and all of the IT is working, we're closing, administratively. Not that staff won't be working, because obviously we'll all be there and doing the transition, but we want the public to be aware that for a couple of days, if you can't get through on the phone or an email's delayed, it's because of the move. It's not because we're just ignoring people. So, no, the phone transition isn't going to take that long because we have new physical phones that will be in the new building. So we're not taking any of the phones that are in the current building,
Okay,
just the phone numbers that are associated with the SID employees.
and wouldn't the computers be the same story?
Again, making sure that there's not any hiccups when they, go to connect and this office is mismarked somewhere and you connect it and it's not connecting properly. Because
Okay, I'm
the
just
brand,
curious.
yeah, because it's new internet connections that are just being pulled up for our building. If there's an issue with AT&T's connection, we just want to make sure that we've got everything and that staff has time to be ready to start truly serving the public when we open back up.
Okay, good. Glad you guys are moving in.
Yeah, thank you for
We're not having
updating
to-
us on your transition.
So I have one question. So because we're connected currently, when you move and you cut off your service, how does that impact the city of Westlake? So
We're only porting the direct dial numbers that are associated with Seminole Improvement District. So the remaining numbers that are part of that same phone system that are the city of Westlake's, nothing will happen to
So-
them. It will continue.
Just to clarify, Councilman Leonard, they're actually operating under our system. now. So they're just taking their own stuff. It
Numbers.
shouldn't affect us at all.
Right.
Our internet is staying, our everything is
I
staying.
like the bill, because right now it's like.
Well, they've been working. on
Well,
it.
Okay,
well-
just so.
It'll be yours.
Right.
Well,
We've been paying it, we're gonna keep paying it.
Just wondering,
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Completely separate.
We'll
Yeah.
reduce our bill.
Big,
because we'll
beautiful
have less
bill.
lines and-
well, we should be okay
If we're
because
still living together, it would have been nicer because it'd be cheaper for everybody, but here we are.
we should be okay. We, last month's meeting, you authorized me to work out these
Start
details.
negotiating. yeah.
Any big things will come back to the council as the council recommended, but we're paying attention to this. We don't think that we'll be impacted other than we determine who pays what, but that's about
You
it.
guys been playing nice in the sandbox? What's going on?
Of course.
When it comes to money. Yeah, okay, no, everybody got awkward for a second. All right.
No,
I'll leave that one
no,
alone.
not with the office split. We had that understanding. Nobody's gonna fuss over a few $100s.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Keep everything going. That office needs to work And even when we move, we need to be able to have that interaction between both entities all the time.
Sure.
Gotta have it, or
Okay,
it just won't work efficiently.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's not on my list, but. Well, how long ago was that?
Almost 2 years ago. Or a year ago.
2 years ago, when, and we pulled the minutes, when Ken was still our city manager. There was $20,000 for stop signs that were, the city was to lay the money out for, and then Sid was supposed to reimburse us
At Crestwind and,
at Crestwood. And we still have yet to get our reimbursement.
So we need an invoice now.
Is that, what's going on with that?
I gotta say this, she's new, I'm new. Maybe the president,
I never heard that. So what'd you do? Y'all bought them?
Yeah, so. You guys hadn't done your budget yet or something. I don't remember the exact details of it, but remember Ken was wearing both hats at the time.
So signage is y'all, but
Yeah, it was. We had the money in the rainy day fund to pay for the stop signs. And then when you guys did your budget, you were supposed to budget the 20,000 to reimburse us for the stop signs. And now we're doing our budget. And every time we do it, we're like, where's that 20,000 from the bus stops? Not the bus stop.
now who paid? We paid to install.
I don't remember.
I do remember seeing it because I asked Ken how come that bill came in, but that was a city decision to do that. And he said that, yes, we were paying for part and they were paying for part. So I'll call Ken and find out. I talked to him today.
Did you? All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, no, it's easy enough to find out what it was. Maybe Zoe knows if there's a deficit.
There was supposed to be a reimbursement of around 20K for the lit up stop signs.
Oh, that's right, because you wanted the lit up stop signs. That's right. I remember that now.
Yeah, flashing stop.
Yeah. I'll check, Kev. That's what it would. We'll touch your check.
Just write the check.
You have to get, right. Invoice me.
Yeah.
We have procedure. But if that was the agreed upon deal,
That was the
we
deal.
don't have an issue.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Vice Mayor?
No.
Well, I'm trying to get 0.1 off the millage rate, and that's about 20 grand, so that's where we're gonna make it up. Okay, well, that's awesome. Council comments? We'll start with Councilman Leonard. We'll jump over to Councilman Gleason.
It's 0.01 that you're trying to get off. So
Yeah, that's
not 0.1.
Thank you, honorable.
No more comments.
For correcting me on 0.1. Mr. Warner, Councilman Warner?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you guys from student and ladies for joining us at our meeting. It was very helpful. Looking forward to the park improvements coming this year and looking forward to our next joint meeting.
Mr. Vice Mayor?
I'll just say thank you again for coming today and being open to have another workshop. We're looking forward to many more and progressing that park, and thank you to the guys for all your work with us as well.
I will echo my colleagues' sentiments. Reiterate the shout out to the real MVPs, which is the SID team. And the SID's field staff that is they're the real unsung heroes of this place. They're great.
And I will say who's not here today that because he just got on vacation is Deputy Ty.
Yeah,
Pat. How he's learned our district so well, and he's been so good at educating all these people on what's right and wrong. He's got great personality, but he basically kept all the other deputies that were on site. He kept everything in tow.
Yeah.
He's the one that made the nighttime, if you had an issue, because he's not bashful, you know what I mean? So he really helped keep that going and had some really good insight on a couple of things we could do for next year, even if we have this, that we can really help the movement and stuff. So yeah.
He's great. Big fan.
I have one more comment.
Sure.
I was talking to Mr. Massey in the parking lot the other day, and if it would be give some assurance to our community and our constituents about the security and safety of our water system given what's going on elsewhere.
Yes, we had just a parking lot briefing and, so we've actually been, you know, some of these communities been hacked and had issues. We've had a problem with, on the billing side, we had a company we used for that. We had a problem. They actually redid, if I'm not mistaken, Lynn, they redid their entire system. They put in more firewalls, to protect that from happening. I guess there's never a guarantee to everything, but they feel that they've put enough things in place not to have any issue with our system. And our new computer system that Sid is putting in, which all that falls to, Lynn has really worked hard at working with them. And actually Zoe brought them to us, Node Zero, the people that both of them know, and that helped out a lot. Our new server is gonna have a really great firewall system in it when it fires up.
Just
So-
because I'm not familiar, what's the malicious intent? What, they tried to
Well,
hack you to do what?
Well, they go,
Steal
and
credit card
they'll
numbers
hold their
or-
ransom, they'll hold ransom, they
Oh.
can swipe customers' information,
Got
on file
Data
cards, yeah.
breaches, okay.
It's just mostly.
But we're
data.
not talking about poisoning the well, like
No, and so,
hurting the quality of the well.
right, not, well, it's always a concern, so we have those things, I mean, all of our interconnects are all fenced off, you know, where it would be easy for somebody to access. Our guys ride by all of our locations virtually every day. In the county, we're consecutive user with Palm Beach County. And I spoke to Ali, he's the director, and he said they have got, because of things that have happened in the past, he said they have got a very strong, I guess, e-commerce setup or through their computerized systems. They've got a lot of fail safes in there and how they monitor their system, looking for anything to happen in variances of pressures that could indicate that somebody's messing with the system. He said they monitor it all the time. They've been put on alert years ago.
Yes, huge deal.
Yeah. So what are they, 6th or 7th utility in the nation?
I didn't realize that.
Palm Beach County is huge. Yeah, it's really big. It's way up. Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So I called Ali to double check on that. He had told me a while back, but I called him. I said, he might bring up something. So he said, no, he said, we're as prepared as we know to be prepared. So it's the unknown that we never.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yes.
I guess the only other comment I'll say is the headline should read fishing coming soon. Because it's a big takeaway. I'm telling you, that's,
Now, what we need to do with that, you need to send it out to the Wanderer for the residents of. If we say it coming soon, you're gonna have every kid from.
Right.
I wouldn't advertise it too much. We don't have that much.
That's
That
funny.
much late.
Fair enough. I got staff reports on my agenda here. Did
I
our
have,
staff want to jump in on there?
I have nothing unless, city clerk's
That's
office
what-
has anything.
I do not.
No.
Clerk's office? No? Like.
we'll bounce it. Oh, well, let's go public comments if you don't mind.
Actually, Mr. Mayor, this might be a good time to set a tentative date for the next joint workshop.
Sure.
Yes, let's do it.
Wonderful point. We have to do it, what, quarterly?
Twice a year, I believe.
6 months?
Every 6 months.
Let's pop in,
6 months from now would be January, so we might want to.
I
Wait
don't
till
know.
February,
My calendar
get
doesn't go that far, so.
Make it February because it's not much.
That's what I'm thinking.
March. 6 months is March.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful, session starts in March this year.
January is 6 months. August, September, October, November, December, January.
No.
That's why it makes it even better. That's why February makes it even
Yes,
better.
Barely enough. It's by a couple of days.
So let's do April.
I would say,
April's
let's,
better.
earlier,
February, you want to do February?
I would rather do, the only reason, we're gonna be working on the park. We're gonna have,
Fair.
hopefully by then, everything's going forward. And Ryan may, or we may see some things. that we
All
can
right, so
maybe
let's do it
make
5 months
happen.
instead of
So
6. So February, what's good for you guys?
what's a good time in February? Everybody's back from holiday and
Yeah.
have a clue what I'm doing.
But that's okay.
Tuesdays are always good for me. Let's pick a Tuesday.
Normally, this is the first Tuesday, so that would be February second.
Why don't we do it
Okay.
an hour before our meeting?
February 2nd.
Cool.
Let's do it for an hour before our meeting in February, which would be the first Tuesday
In February.
February
So at 5 o'clock. Cool.
4 or 5.
Our meeting's at
This one's
6.
4.
Right, because we have a.
We have the budget.
But if we get long-winded, you might need to then.
Let's
You're
go
fine.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock or something. Yeah, then I can have a little break.
Are we doing 4 o'clock or 5?
We're gonna do 4,
4?
Okay.
as,
Unless somebody
as
has-
requested by the Seminole Improvement District.
When I leave here, I got-
Discussion about the park would allow.
Maybe we could really get
comment.
into it and we won't be pressed for time. I think that's
And
wise.
what's gonna give people, hopefully by then we'll be able to see how it's progressing and, yeah.
Now, as promised, let's open up for public comment. Madam Clerk, I see your hand, Bobby.
I have no public comments card, Mayor.
Mr. Farber, state your name and address for the record.
Bobby Farber, 4829 St. Armand's Way. First, I would like to ask Scott and Ryan, softball and baseball, can we get that in? That's real important to the park. Like to put it in on the print. We don't have any softball, we don't have any baseball that will go into that park.
We had the discussion of having the big backstops and all that for baseball, we shot that down a long time. And the reason is, right down the street, before you get to Okeechobee Boulevard, they have those baseball fields.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, and if you go right out north and west, they have that huge park
Okay.
that the county put in. It's massive and it's way underutilized, except for the soccer on the weekends, right, fellas? Would you say the soccer fields are packed out there on the
Probably
weekends?
So
But they have huge,
what we're
Elaborate
doing some kind
baseball
of
field.
flex field that could be used for.
yeah, flex field, they want to set up the flex fields, that absolutely. What we didn't want to do, and listen, y'all do whatever at the end of the
Right,
day.
we're not
But
at the phase.
as soon as we go up with big backstops and chain links, those aren't movable, you know what I mean?
No, I get it, but I mean, I've been asked before that softball's a pretty big thing on a Sunday as well as the young kids here with.
Set up
with
diamonds to go out on multi-use fields and set up diamonds and mark it out, absolutely. That's what the multi-use fields out
You
there.
know, I know they have it, but I'd like to
Plan-
hear.
The plan does account for what we were calling flex fields, multi-use fields. It
Yes.
could be used for softball, could be used for
You just have
baseball,
to
could
chase
be
the
used for
ball.
soccer. Just depends on how you lay it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
The other thing I have here, you're talking about the fishing, there's 2 ponds. Are we talking about both?
So
There's
when
three
you go in,
actually. There's actually three.
there's
So-
actually three bodies of water that front Seminole Pratt Whitney Road, and it would be accessible to all three.
All 3 of those. Okay.
It's
moving
really
on.
not as much as you think, you know what I mean? When you start getting a handful of kids in
What do
there,
they have?
it's more than they have. right?
It's more, you're not kidding. When we talk, if we don't get lighting, I'm assuming it'll be a dusk till dawn thing, but with the lighting, we lease it from FPL, right? The poles, the luminaires, they supply the conduit also.
There's still a cost to install it though. Still have to pay to install.
Okay,
That's
and
the number we need to look at.
does that include the transformer too, Zane?
Yeah.
So they bring all of that. So there's a small cost to us on that side. And I'm sure knowing you, it's all mapped out already. So it's strong possibility to get a little something in there.
I think that's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Figuring out what that kind of a cost would be. and
Oh.
then-
Lighting is part of the plan, just not part of phase one.
Right.
Okay,
Your phase.
The parking lot lighting, not through the field obviously, but the parking lot lighting was figured in. Ryan has figured in for our phase 1 conduits and all, but we had not factored in the cost of setting the transformers and pulling everything. Is that right? Ryan, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I think that was
right.
correct.
So that would be the only cost to us. Everything else would be done by FPL as part of their installation process and
They're
everything like
going
that.
through their lease system.
So, right, it's a small piece, but it could be done.
And so what I would think, to answer your question further, is how soon we can get the lighting, since it's a hot topic, is when we get back for our base plan, we get back the budget, I mean, what a bid is on that.
Okay.
That'll dictate a lot. I mean, if we're coming in, we're $150,000 shy of where we thought we're good, we all can meet up and have a discussion on
Of
that,
course.
and then we go ahead and advertise.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's not gonna be a dusk till dawn, I agree with you. I mean, with that park open, people coming in there, it's just setting us up for disaster with what might go on there. Anyone comes in there, so definitely. And lastly, I just want to reiterate, I know that before we had this whole thing with the city and getting for, you know, the new city hall and everything. There was a SID meeting. I did bring it up to you and Ryan about setting up a 9/11 memorial. That was talked about probably at least a year ago. You know, and I think Ryan said that he would have, you know, you guys would have no problem and possibly getting gas and electric in there. So I don't think what you're talking about is anything like that. We're going to do that in a possible city hall.
Well, you got two flagpoles at the park. You do have two flagpoles, right? One of them will at least temporarily be a Blue Star. Right?
Memorial.
It all depends. I mean, that would be a conversation for another day, but yeah, wherever would be more impactful is where I would say to put it. If it's gonna be more impactful at the big, more regal flagpole in front of City Hall, then that's where I would want to put that.
Right.
Otherwise,
No, I'm just saying, I know that I had
Well,
brought that up a long time ago.
About how, the scale, what are you talking about? Just curious.
Pretty much like a Wellington. I mean, I can't give you an actual square footage, but it would be a small area that would be a memorial with
Bring in
a
piece of
flagpole.
steel Type thing, bring a
sorry?
piece of the steel. type-
We'll never get a piece of the steel. So the thought is, yeah, we were gonna, you know, we were gonna pull in the art in public places, have them come out, look to maybe get somebody to design something. Absolutely.
Just so in that same thought, if we're doing the one at the one for the Gold Star, we could put that memorial, 9/11 down at the other one. Everyone that goes in and out of that park should see it.
have some
Right.
synergy.
You know, it's a good
I think
location.
I think the answer, right, is it's 75 acres, 50 acres. There's plenty
Right.
of space to find somewhere.
Oh, what, in the town center?
No, the park itself.
Oh, the park itself.
At the
Yeah,
park,
yeah, yeah.
Maybe in that roundabout.
Correct.
We're gonna have a flagpole. So what are you gonna landscape it with? Maybe we landscape it with a
Okay.
9/11 memorial.
Yeah, again, I just,
We're definitely, this board
We're
will
not
not be
closed
opposed to that. Not at all.
okay, that's what I want to hear. Hopefully we can do something, city hall, wherever. It is
It'll
a
go
joint,
somewhere.
it's a joint workshop,
It'll
so
go somewhere.
it's all good. All right, that's what I got. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
any other public comment?
Hi, Alicia Torres, 5847 Whippoorwill Circle. I also write a blog called The Westlake Wanderer. I just want to say it's kind of blowing my mind to see all the cast of characters in the room together. It's like the meeting of the 5 families or something. It's a little overwhelming, but anyway, I biffed this one. I showed up late. So if you guys talked about this already, just tell me. I really only have like 3 things. But my first was this mystery lane heading east on Persimmon that has the faded lines on it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, Lynn, this is kind of,
We
okay.
need to contract to get it repainted.
Okay, so I think there was a little uncertainty about how to initiate the project. So is everything clear now?
Yeah. we
Okay.
talked through that.
All right, cool, thank you. And then also, I could have this completely wrong, but I thought the Westlake Palms building, that has Junior's barber shop in it right now, next to TSC. I thought the sidewalk on the outside of the building was supposed to be multimodal. And I thought there was supposed to be a golf cart ramp leading, speak up, man.
Oh, that was the legal.
Mr. Vice Mayor.
But I think it's on,
Oh my God. Yes, sorry, Mr. Vice Mayor, please speak up.
I think it's on the one side with the curve. I believe there was one that was.
Was there supposed to be one and there's not? Is that what you're saying?
What I saw at the north end of this, building is that there's a skinny sidewalk that meets the wide sidewalk, which goes along the front of the building. So it just
That's
kind
how
of,
it was supposed to be. Howard, why don't you
I'm not
look
positive.
into that?
And I can give you specifics, like
No, you
the
can,
map.
you can pull it too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a
I just
site
mean like the
plan.
area that I looked at, like the
There's a site
specific
plan
map.
that this body approved.
Yeah.
So
Right.
That's
Well, that's up and-
to.
and then we can take that site plan and go there.
Yeah.
And see what's actually there.
I guess that's like your guys' jobs or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right, you're 100% right. There's a whole department that looks at those things, so.
Thank you.
That's under Howard's purview and he's gonna look into it.
Perfect, thank you. So my last thing is I'm just kind of curious about the appropriation money for the Go West. If Palm Tran is kind of making changes and we end up not being able or I guess I'm just wondering what happens if that money doesn't get to put to good use?
It goes back.
Okay.
We don't keep it.
Okay.
It'd be a Greyhound.
Mr. City Manager has a meeting with Palm Tran next week,
Okay.
Tuesday,
Okay.
to figure it out.
Okay, right, got it. And then I think that's why, hopefully we get a fire under us, for phase one of the park, because I think you're right. It's really important that we look like we really want this money. We're putting
Yeah.
it to good use. We need more, keep that
Right.
momentum going so that our lobbyist always has some kind of case to plead. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you, everybody, for all the work you do. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Before I adjourn, any other public comments? Seeing none. I will adjourn at 5:20 PM.